Warning, I was on a journey to handicap home runs in Major League Baseball. While I believe origination and top-down betting are both valid ways to make money in sports betting, I am at a point where they are not as fun or fulfilling as they once were. I am here to entertain and provide insights that may or may not be helpful long-term. This show is for entertainment and education. I am in my bet for fun but still bet responsibly era. I encourage you to reflect on what era you're in your betting journey. Oh, and like the video or whatever. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. Yeah, I haven't showered this. Look at that. Look at that. Does that say good night's sleep? I can't. It's reversed, so I can't. The point is I have bedhead. Riley Green, Jose Ramirez, Cal Tucker, Pete Crow Armstrong, Hunter Goodman, and Shohei Ohtani all hit home runs yesterday, as I suggested. I guess my best read was probably this Cubs game. I was all over and optimistic about it. I also said Bush was fine. Bush also hit. Happ hit. All the lefties hit. So good spot there. And Boston did not look as good as I thought. So, we were wrong in that capacity. But let's move on to Sunday. Overall, here's my mood. Not that anybody asked, but not just in general, just about this practice, about this video series. I'm finally getting more comfortable to where I don't feel pressure to prove anything because I'm not here to prove anything. And I was for a while. Home runs are hard. Home runs are difficult. We're going to do our best and we're going to have fun. And if we lose, we lose. So that's kind of where we are at. Today is Suggestion Sunday, which means you guys are going to pick what round robin we do today. So keep that in mind as we move through this list. This week, though, only announcement today, I've talked your ear off this week, is I'm going to start doing my NFL team previews. So we'll talk roster changes, we'll talk futures, we'll talk record predictions, just anything that I think is necessary to discuss about each team before the NFL season. That's what we're going to do. So I did this last year, and it was something that I enjoyed and got me ready. So hopefully it can be of value to you all. But again, there's 8 different divisions, so these will be released over the next few weeks. I don't know on what schedule, but maybe we'll try to do 2 per week, and that'll get us, right up to the season. So that can be our plan. And look at that, a nice round 9,900 subscribers, 100 away from 10K. And I believe we're going to hit it pretty soon. So I'm excited. I mean, that's so cool. Like, I remember the grind to get to 1,000. Some of you may have been here. A lot of you probably weren't. These videos, it's embarrassing. Go back and look. 40 views, 30 views, 40 views. And I was just, I believed, guys. I believed that it would be something someday. And we're seeing it become something. And this number helps validate that. And the fact that I think these videos this time will at least get 200 views, that helps too. So, again, it's a long journey. And I'm here for it, and I'm excited. Toronto and San Francisco. Devers, Adames hit 2 yesterday. I like him again. Vlad and George Springer. After, when I looked at this game as the first game of the day, I wasn't optimistic. But now looking at the rest of the slate, I'm like, shoot, that might be a good game to target. It's not the most exciting and juicy slate today in terms of home run production. So yeah, that game might crack like the top 7 today, at least. Game of Tampa Bay does look good. I like Baltimore here as the underdog. I know I said Baltimore yesterday. They did not perform in terms of home runs or even runs. If you go look at their box score, I mean, I think Westberg had 3 hits. Henderson had 2 hits, and only 2 guys outside of them didn't get a hit. They hit the ball. They saw the ball. They just didn't put runs on the board. They left a lot of guys on bases, and they didn't hit home runs. So how can you say the read was right and so wrong at the same time? I like them again, and I like them on the money line as an underdog, regardless of home runs. Cedric Mullins, Ryan O'Hearn for their side, for Tampa Bay, Junior Caminero, and Christopher Morel. Although Trevor Rogers has been good for Baltimore, so I'm a little bit scared of the Tampa Bay team from a home run volume perspective. Game in Pittsburgh, I typically don't like. Today's no different. Lennon Sosa, Austin Slater, Andrew McCutchen, and Brian Reynolds, I think all are priced fair. I think they all match up well, but Pittsburgh, it has not consistently yielded a high volume of home runs, so I just typically back away from it. Game in Atlanta, we got Marcus Stroman pitching today and Grant Holmes. Cody Bellinger, I'm shocked to see at 560, just for the fact that he has been so incredibly hot. He has been just ripping. And at this number, at this price, at this ballpark, I love it. I wouldn't mind if it's a suggestion Sunday. I don't want to taint the pond. I don't want to influence you guys too much. But if you guys happen to type Cody Bellinger and thumbs up him a lot, I'm all down to ride. We'll just say that. Aaron Judge 225, Ronald Acuna 380, and Drake Baldwin at 650. Game in Washington, I think this is a left-hander's paradise due to the fact that the wind is blowing very strong out to right field. The issue is Mackenzie Gore is pitching for Washington, and he's a lefty, so I don't see a ton of guys for San Diego I like. I like Washington as the dog here as well. I think they're set up to win this game. I like Luis Garcia and C.J. Abrams for home runs. There's a couple other lefties on this team, James Wood, Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Bell, that you all know I typically like. So look there if you please. Game in Philly, another left-handed batter situation. I say that, and then I type two righties in for L.A. It's a little bit of a predicament because Ranger Suarez looks to be good at what he does any given Sunday. But his matchup against LA on paper is ugly. It looks as if LA should dominate today, which I don't feel in my soul to be something that will come true. However, on paper, these righties for LA could give Ranger Suarez some trouble. The problem, again, is this wind is coming strong out to right field, which if a right-handed batter is going to pull the ball, he's going to be hitting it up into this wind. So, I see LA having success to some degree against Ranger Suarez, but I'm not sure about their success in terms of the home run. Figure that out. Zach Neto and Taylor Ward, Max Kepler and Bryce Harper on the other side. Of course, you can go Kyle Schwarber. Guy's invincible right now. Game in Cleveland, I don't love any of the Cleveland bats against Jeffrey Springs today. Brent Rooker and Nicholas Kurtz are my leans. I sat here today and I thought, Nicholas Kurtz, good grief. Like, I remember when he got called up, and the video is going to be too hard to find, but I believe I said, keep your eye on this guy. Like this guy has the power. He's playing at this small park. I think he's going to be hitting a lot of home runs this year. We're going to get on him early before his price starts to dip. I know I tweeted it out. I know I talked about it, and I think that number then was in the 700s. And we're consistently seeing him in the 4s now just because of his rate of production. Then we got a bloodbath, like this mid-afternoon bloodbath. Mark Vientos, Francisco Lindor for the Mets, Vinny Pasquantino for the Kansas City Royals. I don't have much to say about this besides just I'd stay away. If you're thinking home runs only, I'd just stay away from these three games. Garrett Crochet is pitching. I like lefties on Chicago typically, but against a lefty in this park where the wind's going to be coming in today at extreme rates, I say sorry, right? But I can't force anything. So it's a real rough patch there. Game in Colorado then changes it all around. I'm about to put the men in Minnesota, which means anybody in Minnesota for Minnesota is in play today. Looking, though, at the odds, it's tough. Matt Wallner, 290, Cody Clemens, 260. Those prices are low, lower than I like to typically go. Trevor Larnach, Byron Buxton, Willie Castro, Royce Lewis. I'm telling you, this is a situation where I think you get 4 home runs out of the Twins side. Ezekiel Tovar as a standalone Colorado Rocky is a great price at 6-1. Mickey Moniak 4-1. Game in Arizona, Corbin Carroll 340. Josh Naylor, he's not a play today, guys. Don't worry. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We're done with Josh Naylor. If that means you're going to tail him today because I'm done, go for it. I can't be heartbroken by him again. Marte looked good. I don't know if he'll start. Remember, his house got broken into over All-Star break, so there's a chance he still sits. I don't even know if he played yesterday, but he asked for some time off to kind of get his life in order. So also Suarez. Yesterday I said Suarez 2, T-O-O, but what I really meant was T-W-O. It was a typo on my part. Somebody commented and said, did you mean Suarez 2? Suarez hit 2 home runs yesterday. 1 to make up for his birthday that he didn't hit a home run, and then 1 for yesterday because why not? So a little belated birthday present with 2 homers. Game in Seattle, great pitching across on both sides. Brian Wu and Hunter Brown. I think it's an ugly game for homers. Cal Raleigh is the only guy that I think looks good at 310. Game in LA, good weather, good park. Clayton Kershaw's pitching and Jose Quintana's pitching. I only like Teoscar Hernandez for the LA side. Wilson Contreras and I guess that's William Contreras and Jackson Churio for Milwaukee. That is William, right? Wilson is in St. Louis. This is William. Yes. Last game of the night is a game where there is a boost on FanDuel, 30% profit boost for the night game. Spencer Torkelson, I quite like at 4-1, and Gleyber Torres at 680. Texas is just facing Skubal, and he's been the best pitcher this year. I think that's a fair statement. One of the top 3 pitchers this year. So, Corey Seager is the only guy that tips my trigger a little bit, but lefty on lefty I don't love. So, figure out what you want to do there if you'd like. Here's my official play that I'm providing you guys. Cedric Moulds and Ezekiel Tovar, 2-leg, 50% boost. We'll keep track of it as an official play. I'll ride with you guys on Suggestion Sunday. I'm not doing the work. Okay, day of rest for some of you. But if you want to get involved here, type one name, and it doesn't even have to be from my list anymore. I'm squashing that. Let's just have some fun. You guys got to read. This is your channel too, guys. This isn't my channel. This is our channel. Type one name that you like to hit a home run today. If the name that you want to type is already on the list, just like that comment. The top 4 most liked comments by noon. We got an early slate today. We only got an hour really to do this, so my apologies, guys. Will become the official play or the round robin. So Sunday's maybe a bad day to do this because we get the early starts. Maybe we need to go like Suggestion Tuesday, and we need to move this around. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't like that I'm not giving you a ton of time. So this will probably be our last Suggestion Sunday, and we'll move it to like a Suggestion Tuesday, and then we'll move what Tuesdays could be to there. We'll flip it around because this isn't a good setup, and I recognize that. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Stay tuned for NFL content this week. I'm going to do a couple other videos that I think are more gambling ideology related, talk about my time as a professional sports bettor and how that's changed. I think that's an important video for people at all levels of the gambling timeline. So I need to put my head in the sand and get to work. Is that a phrase? Put my head in the sand? Well, what does that mean? Refuse to think about. Putting my head in the sand is to avoid a problem by pretending it doesn't exist. So I'm putting my head in the sand for everything else. Like under the sand is the video that I need to make. So I'm putting my head in the sand saying I'm not going to be distracted. Ostriches bury their head in the sand? Why? Is it cooler down there? Why do ostriches bury their head in the sand? You didn't know you'd come here for a little fact. They do not bury their head in the sand. Dig shallow holes to create nests for their eggs. When turning the eggs, they use their beaks to rotate them, which looks like a distance they're burying their heads. Additionally, when threatened, they may flatten themselves on the ground and appear large, low-flying objects, which could contribute to the myth. Ostrich cannot breathe if they bury their head in the sand. There you have it. Have a nice day.